Hey, what's going on, everybody? I know it's been a little while since there's been anything tech related on the channel, but a few months ago, my daughter and I decided to go down to North Carolina to visit my mom, and we caught a good portion of the trip. There's some dash cam footage, there's some cell phone footage, and there's some footage from this actual camera. Just something a little different. The tech videos are going to still be very few and far between, but I do have something coming here, hopefully in the near future, and might try to get back into the groove of things. But for now, enjoy the footage, and if you have anything you'd like to see going forward, let me know.
Again. again.
right, so we've made it to the hotel. We're in a city called Franklin, which is a little bit south of Nashville. It's been a good trip so far. We've had to stop a couple of times, as is often the case when you have a small child coming along for the ride. She's actually back in the bed, one of the beds back there. It's a little after 1 a.m. local time, Central, which is really fun because when we were moving through the northern part of Kentucky, we were in the Eastern time zone, and then I noticed the clock on my car and my phone kind of bouncing around a little bit, and I realized we were kind of crossing back and forth between the Eastern and Central time zone, which actually works out in our benefit. It means that we got here at a much more reasonable time, and we don't have to check out until 11 a.m., so that gives us enough time to get a little bit of sleep and kind of catch up. Tomorrow's plan is to hopefully get through the rest of the trip and get to my mom's house in North Carolina. But so far, so good. So we had a pretty good time at the zoo. We saw a decent amount of animals in about 2 hours. Kylie really wanted to see the tigers, but they had the last part of the Asia exhibit kind of blocked off, so she didn't get a chance to see those. So she was a little bummed out by that, but ultimately that's not a big deal. She'll manage. We may try to stop back at the zoo when we are on our way back home. We'll see how this all goes. Kings Island is also in southern Ohio, and I know if you've been to Cedar Point, you've pretty much experienced Kings Island. They're owned by Cedar Fair, but I have a platinum pass for Cedar Point, so I can get into Kings Island. I would just have to pay for her. We're still trying to figure out how we're going to work the trip back, but for now, we just got to get there and then go from there. Again, a lot of the footage that you see at certain points in this trip are going to be caught on my cell phone. It's just easier to carry that around, and it does a pretty good job at 1080p 60 frames per second, which is really nice. I don't know if it's as good or what as is with the G85, but it's a little more automatic. So that wraps up day one of the trip. Hope you enjoyed kind of seeing the dash cam footage and some of the footage I caught from the zoo. Maybe just enjoying seeing somebody getting out and doing something a little different. That's it for day one. Tomorrow we resume the trip. Good morning, Kylie. It is day 2 of our trip. We are going to be resuming our journey to North Carolina today. The mission is first pancakes, because there's an IHOP pretty much like 2 minutes from this hotel room. So we're gonna go eat some food, and then we're gonna get back on the road, and we're gonna see how long this takes. We're probably, I want to estimate 7-8 hours away from my mom's, but I don't have an official estimate because I haven't looked it up yet. But we are pretty much due west, so it's pretty much a straight shot east. We're just going to head to I-40 and just head east, and that should take us into North Carolina, into Beulaville, and we will be there. So maybe there'll be some more footage along the way. There'll definitely be some more dash cam footage, but whether there's anything else depends on what we stop, and if we stop and we find anything worth looking at. For now, though, we are going to get on out of here. We're going to get some breakfast after we check out, and then we're going to hit the road. Does that sound good, Kai?
Yeah.
Getting your socks and shoes on? Oh, you already had your socks on, didn't you?
Yeah.
You slept in your socks. You weirdo. All right, so we will check back in with you guys on this camera probably when we get to my mom. So that's all for now.
Yeah, I was walking up the stairs and I was like, Miss Teresa, there's someone out there with the camera.
Yes, because I am trying to record this trip.
Have you seen the babies?
I've seen lots of, they've come up to me. They were following me earlier.